What's up, tubers? Tio here, Simplistic Fishing, back at you tonight, doing an interesting, definitely unique lake breakdown for you tonight. This one is for one of our subscribers, True Blue, who won one of the SD cards from the Monster Bass subscription giveaway that I was doing. If you didn't watch that video, not only did I give away a Monster Bass subscription box, but I also gave away 3 SD cards to 3 lucky subscribers that were out there, and True Blue was one of them. And I gave them the option that if they didn't have the lake on my site to give me the lake that they wanted me to break down for them. And as long as it wasn't too overwhelming for me, I'd break it down for them. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're going up to Mildred Lake in Wisconsin. It's just northwest of Rhinelander, Wisconsin. I probably jacked it up. You guys are probably laughing at me. I'm from Texas. I'm sorry. But anyways, we're going up there. We're going to break it down. It looks super cool. It shouldn't take us long. We'll go over the Google Earth waypoints. Then we're going to back out. We're going to have to use iBoating because web app Navionics didn't treat us very good, but I still got some offshore stuff for you to share with you, and just looking forward to getting through this one. Here we go. Stick around. Got some good stuff for you. Let's do it. Tell you what, here in a couple years, we're going to have so many lakes out here for you guys to look at. It's just going to be super exciting. I mean, after a year, I think we're into like 40 or 50 lakes now. And now you have me going up to places like Wisconsin and Michigan. So really looking forward to seeing where this whole opportunity takes me. So let's go ahead and break this one down. We're up here again, like I mentioned, we're up here in Michigan, not in Michigan, we're in Wisconsin, Rhinelander, Wisconsin. We're up just northwest of there in a little lake called Mildred Lake. So this thing looks pretty cool, just really cool layout. And what I was telling you guys about earlier, those of you guys from Texas that might still be watching this, look at all these little lakes they have to fish. I mean, just super cool. And then if you go further up, it just becomes more and more and more lakes. And then you finally get up into the really huge lake that's up there. You guys know what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and look over here to the left side real quick, show you guys how I broke this down. So if we look at Mildred Lake on the left side here, there's only really one ramp that I found. That's going to be right over here. We'll talk about it in a minute. There may have been some personal boat ramps, but they didn't look like they really had like any concrete structure or any rocks around them. So nothing too crazy there. I did find some offshore hotspots, so you'll see all those out there. Let's go ahead and just take this off and I'll show you what I found. Not too many, right? It gets a little bit shallower back in here, but a little handful of different offshore hotspots we can find on this small lake. We also have several laydowns on this lake. So if you can get on a laydown pattern on this lake, your money, you've got everything you need here. And then, of course, we've got some rocks that are out here as well. So this is a really cool lake. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to pull this back over this way. And then what I'm going to do with my timeline here is I'm going to draw it back to 2015. And this was one of those where I had to get very specific on my months in order to find the exact month that I was looking for. So right here, you can see I'm on May of 2015, according to Google. Once I move it up to like, say, September of 15, totally different image, gives me something completely different than what I had expected. So I'm going to move this back. Actually, this still shows July, and it gives me a good image. So let's start here on the boat ramp. We'll work our way south, and then we'll come all the way swinging back around north and end right there at the boat ramp. So just some interesting things that I saw here, True Blue. One was I saw some rocks that were out here. Kind of hard to tell, but just some random little rock piles. You could definitely go out there and check those out. You can see them here. There's like 3, 4 good little rock piles, and these look really good. In fact, the image that I had before I thought might have been even a little bit clearer than what we have here, but maybe that's about as good as we're going to get. So also as we move down across here, didn't see too much until I got over here. There are some rocks over here you could check out right here off this little point. We'll zoom back, show you where I'm at. There's also a really awesome rock pile right here. And see, if the water was up, you're probably not going to know that that's there. You're not even going to realize that that's a huge rock pile that's back in there. So definitely want to go check that out. That, to me, was probably one of the first spots I'd probably go check out. Would be right in there, somewhere right in this area. This looks really good. All right, so as we move further up here, there's lots of laydowns on this lake. So I've got the big ones that I saw marked for you here. So you can see all the different laydowns back in here, but there's also just different areas on this lake that have rock. And so I've tried to mark those for you. Got some rock over here off the edge of this island. Pretty much starts from here and goes all the way over to this section. So you got a pretty good little area of rock there. Good laydowns all through here. You've got some more rock that's right off the edge of this island on this side. Again, it doesn't look like there's too much going on until you get in these certain sections. So right in here, you've got some rock. You've also got some laydowns in here as well. Some more laydowns back in there. Again, just seeing a lot of laydowns. And what I really liked about this is there's a huge laydown right here. You can see it. It's gigantic laydown. And then two really big rocks that are providing some real good shade. So they love to set up around those boulders. Those boulders, when it's cold outside, those boulders will, and the sun hits them, those boulders will heat up and they'll attract fish. They attract a lot of bait fish and stuff like that as well. They're great ambush spots. So you definitely, if you're fishing this little lake, you definitely want to go check out those two boulders, see what you can find off those. Now, as we move further up here, just some rock, some little underwater points you have here, some random rock right here and right here. You've also got a laydown that's over here right off the edge of this island. And then some laydowns over here too, right around where that rock was that I showed you. Then moving further back in here, as we're getting way back into the backside of the lake, just some more laydowns to show you. And then right in here where this little pinch point is, you got some really good rock. So this could be a great spot to set up in right in here. Good little pinch point area with good rock, good debris, stuff like that to fish around. I really like how that sets up there. You've also got some additional laydowns, of course, I told you about. I marked those for you. Got one there, 3 up there on that side. There is some additional rock right here that you can see. Now, there could be a laydown in there too. It almost looked like it kind of had both, so I wasn't really sure. You've also got some rock over here. So if you'll look right around the edge of that point, you can just barely see it. But it looks like there's some rock formation or something like that right over that area. So really like that. And that's probably, I don't know if you normally can access that other lake or not, but that's a pretty good little pinch point there. And it's right outside that pinch point. So I could see that being a pretty good spot right there where that rock was. Now, moving on down here, this bank line is just littered with mainly just laydowns. I didn't see a lot of rocks or anything, but you've got several laydowns that you could go fish. So I've got these here. Now, some of these, there could be laydowns in here that I just can't see. And then the image was a little bit rough. So sometimes I wasn't really going to mark it because I wasn't sure if that was a laydown I was seeing or if it was just a rough image. So here I've marked all of the major laydowns. Again, we get back to that rock we talked about. Then we swing up, we see these laydowns in this area. This area right here has a lot of laydowns. So definitely spend some time concentrating in this area and see what you can pick up. Now, as we move further over here to the east side, we're starting to swing our way back around the lake. We've also got a real good hump that's out here that's got some pretty good rock on the side of it. You should definitely go check that spot out right there as well. And then just more laydowns, just laydown city. You can see them all. Just go check them out. And again, if you get on that laydown pattern, just work them. Just work each one of these laydowns, each one of these points, and see what kind of success you can have. Now, back in here, you've also got a little saddle area around this island. The island's got a laydown as well. Then you've also got a laydown right in this area too. Sorry about all the congestion, guys. I got some allergies going on or something. So we've also got some laydowns in here too. 2 different laydowns. And then we've got some pretty good rock that's right out here off the edge of this point, which to me, that looks really interesting. It looks like you might even have some laydowns out there as well. Then moving up here, some more rock. This is like a little unique rock pile. I like that one. It's pretty good rock over here off the edge of this island too. Real good laydown over here that you could fish. More rock off this side of this island. That looks good as well. Some more laydowns back in here, laydowns in here, and laydowns in that area as well. So really just a lot of laydowns. Like I said, just a ton of laydowns on this lake. And then these rock piles, they're just random. Sometimes you won't see any, and then all of a sudden you'll see a bunch. Now this area right in here has a whole bunch. So you could focus literally from like right here to right here. You could spend a couple hours right in here and probably pick up quite a few fish. There's some really good rock in here. You can see that it expands pretty far out into the water. So you definitely want to check that out. And then when you're done there and you get bored fishing that spot, all you got to do is turn around and fish the point over here. And you're probably going to have some success all right in that area. And then if you look further up here, This, I guess I called it a laydown, but really it's like a huge brush pile. Someone's put a big old pile of trees right over here. So go check those out. These laydowns here. Again, if you're on that laydown pattern on this lake, you're going to be money because I've got plenty of laydowns marked for you. There's also something suspicious going on here. This looks like it may have laydowns piled up in this area. I can't tell. Again, it's one of those things where the image just doesn't look right. But if you look right off the edge of that point, there is some rock in the spot. So would be worthy of going and looking. Again, some more laydowns right in here. And then as we swing back to almost circle back where we were at the ramp right in here, we've got some laydowns. And then off this point comes out pretty far. I think you've even got rock possibly even this far out. So that point looks like it comes out pretty good and has some pretty good rock just right around that spot. So definitely look at that. And then that takes us back to the ramp. So that covers us for the Google Earth offshore, Google Earth hotspots for Mildred Lake. Let's switch over. I want to show you guys the iBoating side and show you what I found out there. Actually, before I do that, let's go back here. Let's talk about this offshore stuff that I put on here for you guys real quick, because I want to show you what it's going to look like. This is what it would look like on your graph. So really, we're only talking what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 spots out here that I want to share with you guys. So what we'll do is we'll zoom in here and we'll look at all these different spots that are out here. I don't know why it says there's 11. Must be missing some or something. I'm not sure what's going on. There we go. There's my problem. I've got offshore hotspots out here from other lakes, so that is definitely a problem. So we'll go back up and fix that. So let's go back up and come here, and now let's talk about this. Sorry for the confusion there, True Blue. Doing too many lake breakdowns at one time. So here are all of our offshore hotspots that we have. We've got about, like I said, about I think 6 different areas that I really want you to look at. Let's switch over here real quick and let's look at the iBoating side and see what we can find. I'll show you the contours there and show you why I selected these. All right, normally I would take you out to Web App Navionics and show you guys the map there and we'd go over the contours. But on this one, for this lake, I guess because it's so small, Navionics really doesn't give us hardly anything at all. It doesn't really show us hardly any contours or anything that's going on. So really had to come out here and use this iBoating app to really get me some good contours. And this iBoating app comes through for me every single time when I get on these smaller lakes. So if you'll remember right, from those offshore spots, there were a couple spots that I told you guys about. One was right here off of this point. This point was also that point that had the rock. So you know it right in this area is going to be a good spot, right where my hand's at. Right here off the edge of this point, somewhere in here is probably going to be a good spot. You got some really good breaks going on there that go into some really deep water. And then if you look back here behind this little pond or little island, you've got something going on right here. You see the big indention right there, and you've got some really good drops right in there. So I marked that one. I also marked over here by this island where you've got some really sharp breaks going right on just that area of the island right in there. Right in here, I think was a mark as well, where it comes in, gets real close to the bank, has a real good drop off. And then the last spot, I believe, was right over here by this island, where you've got that real good drop off as well. This one's a little bit tougher because we don't really have exact, really good contours. I'd imagine you've got some stuff out there underwater that you really need to uncover in order to really get onto those smallmouth that you were talking about. But I think this is going to help you out a ton. Let your guys know out there in Wisconsin. That'd be more than happy to break down some more lakes for them. Just send them my way. Until next time, guys, I hope you catch your PB, and hopefully, maybe you'll be the next winner next time we do our Monster Bass subscription giveaway. So don't forget to join that video and make a comment out there. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.